My name's Matt. Um, I've been at Grace Life for about 5 months now, and I love this church so much. It means the world to me, and the impact that men at this church are having on my life and the example that they're having on my life, it means the world to me. And I really feel like the Lord brought me here, and I'm thankful that I'm now at Grace Life, and I feel very confident about what the future holds. For all of us as men, and for my life too, just knowing the brotherhood that we have together, in that we sharpen each other and we encourage each other. So I'm so thankful for where I'm at. But like what brought me here, in my faith journey and just the story of my life. I grew up in a Christian home in a pretty great environment, really. Like, my parents were amazing parents, and I understood the gospel from a young age, but I think there was always an element of misunderstanding about like what truly is manly. I think I accidentally let the perception of what the world says as a man impact my view of like what it means to be a man, and not understand that loving Jesus wholeheartedly is like the manliest thing you could do. It's the manliest way to be, is loving Jesus wholeheartedly and passionately. I think I had a background playing sports a lot growing up, and being around sports, I think that kind of shaped a little bit of a worldly view in my mind, like what it meant to be a man, a macho in a way, I guess. And then also through sports, I had a lot of pride in that. I took a lot of pride in that I played sports, and I think I played sports from a young age all the way up into college a little bit, and I think I wanted to be fulfilled in playing sports. I thought somehow that if I was successful enough in sports and accomplished enough things in sports, that like it would prove my value as a man in some way, or that I would just get this sense of fulfillment. And really what ended up happening was I didn't even come close to achieving what I had hoped to achieve. I had poured a lot of my life into training and trying to become who I wanted to become as an athlete, and it just fell so short. So um, just after college, once sports was done, it's like who am I now? Like, what's my identity? And because I had my identity as an athlete, and it fell short, it wasn't fulfilling, it didn't satisfy, and I was left disappointed. And so it was actually after college, like a year after college, when I really dedicated my life to the Lord as an adult. And now my journey in life has been, since then, it's like understanding who I am in Christ, that my identity is in Christ, and my value as a man and comes from the fact that I'm created in God's image, and He loves me as His son, as a child of God. But with that being said, it's still a journey. It's still challenging, and it's still like is as amazing as it is, the encounters that I've had with God since I've come out of college, and I'm 30 now. So really, for like the last 8 years or so of my life, I feel like the trajectory of my faith journey took a really good turn to where like I own my faith, and it's not just like when I was younger, it was just what I did because it's what I grew up in. But now it's my own faith. But I'm realizing now that I have to persevere as a believer, as someone who's trying to be a man of God and live a purposeful life for the kingdom, because I've just failed even since turning to Him. Like, once I was out of school and rededicating my life, I've just failed so many times, and there's been moments where I think like, I'm such a horrible Christian, I'm not doing it right. But what just keeps, like, I feel like it's from the Lord too, is just this resiliency, like, no, I'm not giving up. I'm not gonna give up, because what's the alternative? Like, I'm gonna be just a worldly person and live for the flesh, and like, I already know, and I've already experienced it enough in my own life. I already know that does not satisfy. So where I'm at now is just like coming from this place of realizing like my identity is in Christ. My value comes from the fact that God already loves me. Jesus died for my sins. He died for me, and he created me in His image, and that's the value. That's where my value comes from. And being a man, it's about loving God with all your heart, loving Jesus, living a surrendered life, and worshiping Him with how you live your life, and that's what And I love masculinity. I love all that. I want to be as masculine as possible, but I know it's the version of well, the true version is the version of that being as a son of God, as a child of God, like obeying God. That obeying God is like the manliest thing you could do, and I'm still failing at it still, but like that's where the perseverance comes in, and that's my determination. Is like I'm just not gonna give up, because I know that with being surrounded by like all these amazing men at Grace Life, I have this church family now that encourages me, that supports me. And if I just keep seeking the Lord, if I seek first the kingdom, I know like He's gonna back me up, and He's gonna add to my life like the things that I need, the building of my character, and just put things in place so that I can live obedient and with a purpose that's glorifying Him. So that's where I'm at.